Today, let us learn about the relationship between hybridization and bond length, bond strength and electronegativity. Okay. So, what is bond length? The distance between two atoms. Suppose I have atom A and B. The distance between these two atoms is called as bond length. A bond is formed between two atoms due to pairing of electrons, right? And distance between them is called as bond length. Bond length can be more or bond length can be less. So, the bond length of this is much greater compared to the bond length between A and B here, right? So, bonds can be short bonds, bonds can also be longer ones. And what is bond strength? The energy required to break these bonds is called as bond strength. What is bond strength? Or bond, it is also called as bond enthalpy. What is enthalpy? Enthalpy is the heat energy. So, what is bond strength? It is the energy required to break the bond. Greater the bond length, lesser is the energy required to break it. For example, if you have a long stick, what is the amount of energy you require to break this bond? Compared to breaking a small piece of pencil which I have written here. So, how much energy do you need to break this long stick compared to this? Energy required to break this long stick is less compared to energy required to break this chota pencil. It is much higher. Similarly, greater is the bond length, lesser is the energy required to break the bond. Shorter the bond, greater is the energy required to break the bond. Hope you have understood. Using these concepts, we shall relate them to the hybridization. Okay. First, let us learn about the relationship between hybridization and electronegativity. What is electronegativity? It is the tendency of an atom to pull the shared pair of electron towards itself. Now, imagine I have two atoms. These atoms, they make a bond by sharing their electrons. Then a bond is formed between two atoms. Now, one of these atoms, electronegativity is more, or I can use the word greediness here. Imagine A is a very greedy fellow. So, what he does? It is the tendency of an atom to pull the shared pair of electron towards itself. So, which are the shared pair of electrons? One is sitting here, another one is sitting here, and these are the shared pair. So, atom A is more electronegative. It means it is very greedy. So, what it will start doing? It will start pulling these electrons towards itself. Understood? And this property is called as electronegativity. ನೀ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ತಗೊಂಬಾ, ನಾ ಬಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಬಾ, ಆಟ ಆಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಎ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಾಲ್ ತಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಬ್ಯಾಟು ನಂದ, ಬಾಲು ನಂದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ದ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಲೆಂಗ್ತ್? ಇಫ್ ಎ is very greedy, the bond length decreases, and this electron, they come closer to A, and this process is called as electronegativity. Along the period, electronegativity increases. Smaller the atom, greater is the electronegativity. Anyway, that you had already learned. So, our issue is, if you have an electronegative element in a molecule, what it does, it will pull the electron towards itself. As a result, what happens to bond length? Bond length decreases. What is the relationship between hybridization and electronegativity? Okay, we have three types of hybridization: sp3, sp2 and sp hybridization. Okay, what is the character of S here? What is the percentage of S? As I have already stated percentage of S character in this is 25%. Percentage of S character S in this is 33.3%. Percentage of S in SP is 50%. Now I have a molecule which is formed between A and B. Okay, which has A has sp hybridization. Done. So what will happen? A bond is formed. A is more electronegative. So what happens? S character is more. So electrons are pulled more towards A and the bond length decreases. So greater the S character, greater is the electronegativity. So whose character is more here? S character is more. This is percentage of S. So 50%. Therefore electronegativity in a molecule having sp is very high. Why it is high? Only in case of sp. S character, how much it is? 50%. S orbital is very near to the nucleus. So S orbital has electrons which is negatively charged and nucleus is positively charged, and like charges attract each other. So as a result, what will nucleus do? It will pull the electron of S orbital towards itself and the size decreases. Bond length decreases. Understood? Greater the S character, greater is the pulling capacity. How about p orbital? It is placed next to s orbital, so its effect will be less on the nucleus. Now in sp2, it is, if I take sp3 first, it is less. Why? Because s character is less. What is less? Your electronegativity. So lesser the electronegativity, greater is the bond length. And how about in sp2 hybridized orbital, what is the character of S? 33%. So if you compare the electronegativity in sp3 and sp, in sp2 it is in between or intermediate. So let us calculate the percentage of S and P character in sp2 and sp3 hybridization, further which we will relate to bond length and bond strength. Now I have sp hybridized orbital. A molecule is having sp hybridization. Imagine sp is equal to 100. 100 means percent. So what is the amount of character you will give to S? How many orbitals are there? 2. So 100 divided by 2 is equal to 50. So 50 plus 50. 50 goes for S and 50 goes for P. So S character is 50% and P character is 50%. Hope you have understood this. Now I have sp2 hybridized orbitals. So how many orbitals are there? 3. All together it is 100. So what is the amount of character you are going to give for sp2 orbitals? Which are the orbitals? S, P and P. They had mixed together, right? So what is the percentage you are going to distribute between S and 2P orbitals? Divide 100 by 3. So it comes out to be 33.3% plus 33.3 plus 33.3. So altogether it will be 100%. Now suppose if I have sp3 hybridized orbitals. So altogether how many orbitals are there? 3 plus 1, 4. Which are they? S plus px, py and pz. Altogether it is 100%. But you need to divide this 100% between 4 orbitals. So divide it by 4. So it comes out to be very good. 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25%. So what is the S character? What is the percentage of S character in sp hybridized orbital? It is 50%. What is the percentage of S character in sp2 hybridized orbital? It is 33.3%. And what is the percentage of S character in sp3 hybrid orbital? It is 25%. Now please remember, greater the S character. What? Greater the S percentage or S character, greater is the bond strength. Okay, greater the S character, greater is the bond strength, and greater the S character, here only I shall write greater the S character, S percentage or S character, shorter is the bond length. So greater the S character, greater is the bond strength, and shorter is the bond length. So as S character increases, bond length goes on decreasing. Understood? S character ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆ, percentage of S ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆ bond length ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Why it is so? Because S orbital is very near to the nucleus. Suppose this is the nucleus. S orbital is very near to the nucleus compared to p orbital. Here electrons will be running far away from the nucleus, whereas S orbital electrons are close to the nucleus. Therefore, bond length decreases. Greater the S character, shorter the bond, and greater is the bond strength. As I had said earlier, smaller the bond, greater is the energy required to break the bond. Which example I had taken? A short pencil, energy required to break this pencil is much higher. Okay, done. Let us summarize now. So which are the three types of hybridization? sp, here I have written sp3 followed by sp2. So if hybridization is sp, what is electronegativity? S character, it is based on S character. Electronegativity is very high. How about in sp3? S character is 25%, it is 50%, therefore it is less. How about in sp2? S character is 33.3%, so it is in between or intermediate. Now coming to bond length, when S character is very high, pulling will be more, therefore bond length is short. Okay, and how about sp3? It is not short, it is long or more. Bond length is very small, whereas here bond length is very large. I shall write it as large, L-A-R-G-E. If bond length is short, what should be the bond strength? Energy required to break this bond should be very high. If bond length is very large, energy required to break this bond is very less. And how about sp2? It is neither short nor long, it is in between or intermediate. So energy required to break such bonds is also intermediate. Hope you have understood. If you have not understood, see the video twice, thrice, you will be able to follow. Thank you.